Hello, let me see. This is just a little bit of information, nothing special today. Today's date, my name is Jim Howard. Today's date, it is May 27th of 2016. And I just got, I run Windows 10 and I'm doing the evaluation updates. So this is an evaluation update. It's something you can, if you're doing Windows 10, you can sign up for it, and or just click on you go to Windows settings, I think, update and security. Yeah, someplace here you can decide that you want to get the ones that are brand new, just out, and are being tested. And I don't recommend that. I have got bitten a number of times in the past. It's not a good idea. I mean, unless you're having to do it for you're in the industry and you're working on software, or I don't know. But for the average person, don't do it. But I'm stupid. I always sign up for the latest beta versions and everything else. So today's update was Windows 10, and it's build 1.4. That is not it. 3.5.2. That's it. Yeah. It's Windows build 1.4.3.5.2 on Windows 10. I assume it shows up the same place everywhere. On my computer, it shows up down here in the right-hand bottom, and it says Windows 10 Home Insider Preview Evaluation Copy Build 1.4.3.5.2. So, by the way, I've switched microphones around. Just today I was switching them around. I was using a Blue Yeti, and I switched to my others, and then I switched back to this one. Hopefully this one is now doing, for some reason it's been doing, I think, right channel, I believe, and no left channel audio. So hopefully we've got both now. I ran a little test and I adjusted the perimeter, and I forget what I've left it on the back. You can see it better than I can. I don't have it right on the front facing. Just sounded better, at least when I did the little test. Okay, back to, man, I can't stay on subject, can I? Windows 10 lets you run 2 antivirus programs. I don't even want to run one. Released on Thursday afternoon. This is Friday. It features the ability to ask Cortana for specific songs, but they have to come from something I haven't. Well, it doesn't say that here, but it said it over someplace else that it worked with only. Let me go back here. It says you can ask Cortana specifically to play. I don't have any music at all on my computer, or even in the web, even on the cloud, I don't think. But I am signed up for YouTube Red, which includes something for free that has to do with music, and I don't even know what in the hell that is. You can also set a timer with Cortana now. You can say, Cortana, set a timer for 10 minutes, set a timer for 5 minutes, cancel my timer, how much time is left. And I don't use Windows Ink. I think you have to have a touchscreen, I believe. They've made a change to it. I'm guessing you can hear the thunder. I hope we don't lose power. We've lost power twice. It's only for a second or two, but enough to cause a problem. I need to get a UPS supply. Actually, I need two. My stomach is growling, so you might be picking that up better than you're picking up the thunder. I need a backup power supply for the cable modem and the router and the telephone OB that I just got the other day, which I really like, the 202 I think it is. Anyway, so you can add compass or something to your, if you're doing ink. Additional lines of defense. Let gamers or workers look over your shoulder. The window, whatever it is, game bar is one of the most overlooked features of Windows 10. I've never heard of it. It's a quick way to save a game clip or a screenshot. Oh, well, I could probably be using that. So with build 1352, the game bar supports have been added for a number of popular games. Okay, I play one game, Civilization 5. When Civilization 6 comes out, I think in October, I'll be getting it. So I don't know. I think I didn't see anything big time. I'm just going to click and delete that and see over here what these people have to say. Looks like, well, they fixed an issue with the Intel HD Graphics 3000 or the HD Graphics 2000 was causing some instability with the Microsoft Edge. Starting with this build, pinned tabs and Microsoft Edge. Okay, I can't use Microsoft Edge until they have support for LastPass. They do that, I can start using it. They fixed an issue with the brightness quick action. Build includes precision touchpads. They fixed. Anyway, you can look it up. Do a search for, if you care, Windows upgrade build 14352. This is a review I need to do. 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 And I've got about, oh God, I'm behind. There is another thing. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to have a new phone service because I got this new device, the OB2002. I had the 100 before. I signed up for it a few days ago. They sent me an email stating, your service is now operational, and they took money. They took for a year, it's $60 for a year. And they took the $60 out of my bank account, and then they immediately put the $60 back in. The service I couldn't get it to work. And then I looked finally at that email, and I saw that it said you're operational, blah blah blah, and it said service to start on the 28th. And I don't know why they did that, but then I finally went to tech support and asked, and they said, yeah, your service starts on the 28th. But today I went and looked at everything. They have fantastic options, things that you can do, and ways you can set it up. Much better than, of course, I have a Windows, I have Google Voice number, but I've got this will be a new number. I'll have an additional number. So I'll have to decide how I'm going to set everything up. But the things that you can do are just unbelievable. It's phone power. And when I signed up for it, I didn't realize all the options and things that they had. So I'll be doing a review of it. I mean, I want to wait to get it. I want to wait and get it working tomorrow, and then go through and set some of these things up. But it's kind of funny. Windows. Google Voice is such a great deal to have that Google Voice phone number that doesn't cost you anything, and it does quite a bit. But when you see something like this, pretty neat. So I'm looking forward to it. If, by the way, you decide to sign up for this voice over IP phone power, enter my username, N0UWY, and if you sign up, I will get $10, and you will get a $10 credit. So when I review this, I'll put that information out, underneath a YouTube video. Well, I've got to get to work on these reviews. So I'm still planning to do the Once Upon a Time. Tell you a little bit about what happened to me in my life, sort of a little history or whatever. I know that I'm going to do it by periods, because I've tried a little bit before in some of my rambling videos here. I've mentioned a little bit of something, but then I don't remember what I did. So I'm going to try to do it by time segments. And the first one I'm going to do is going to be from about 1972 to 1975. That's the time that I worked at St. Joseph Hospital in Kansas City, Missouri. And if you're familiar with Kansas City, Missouri, or St. Joseph Hospital, or whatever, right after I quit them, they moved to a new location, way out south, in a white neighborhood. And when I worked for them, they were in the ghetto. I'm not supposed to say ghetto, probably. Economically deprived zone or whatever. And during the years that I worked at St. Joseph Hospital, there were 10 security officers on the staff. And during that time that I was there, 2 were shot. Dan was shot and permanently disabled. And John was shot and killed. He managed to shoot the person who shot him, and that person was arrested. But that was an interesting time. That was the first hospital that I worked at, and I loved that. When I started working there, working security, I loved it. The neighborhood was really bad. That was the worst place in Kansas City at that time. It's kind of funny. When I left St. Joseph Hospital, I went over to Trinity Lutheran Hospital, and the neighborhood was different. There were businesses around. It was kind of a buffer zone. And although we had a security officer shot in the arm, minor, and we had a doctor who was killed in the parking lot. Her boyfriend waited for her, and when she pulled into the intern's parking lot or whatever, he shot and killed her. We had a guy working there who was a robber, and when he robbed a place, he didn't leave any witnesses. Thank God he didn't rob a sports stadium or a place. You know, he would rob a convenience store or something like that. He robbed an adult bookstore. You could see the adult. In fact, he did it on his lunch hour break from the hospital. He was able to. I don't know whether he walked or he drove over there, but it was. You could see it from the hospital parking lot. It was an adult bookstore. 2 guys working there. He robbed the place, killed both of them. That was before satellite television and CNN and all that. So it was big news in Kansas City, Missouri, but that would have been major news on if there had been channel cover, you know, cable TV type coverage, because businesses were so terrified that barbershops, jewelry stores, places like that locked their doors, and if you wanted to get in, you had to knock on the door to get in. That's how bad it was. So, then after that, the next hospital I worked at, Research Medical Center. By the time I worked at Trinity 5.5 years. And then by the time I got to Research Medical Center, that was the worst area. The crime had moved. It was still, it had moved out around that hospital. But I'm going to cover St. Joseph Hospital. I've been looking for some pictures or whatever. I have one. I have one picture of me in uniform working at the hospital, at St. Joseph Hospital. By the way, if you saw the movie The Day After about nuclear war, and it's like Lawrence, Kansas, the Kansas City, Missouri area, the Midwest, shows what happens in this movie The Day After. The final scene of the movie, it's Kansas City, Missouri, and it's devastation and rubble. Like I said, the hospital was moving, and so they tore the hospital down, and my understanding is that the movie crew came and said, "Oh, wow, okay, we're going to come back, don't touch anything, don't move anything. We're going to come back here and we're going to film at this location," or whatever. And so they came back and rubble had been moved, and they were very, I guess, upset, but they still filmed from there. Yeah, I mean, it was St. Joseph Hospital was there for a long time. I had my tonsils out when I was a kid. My wife, I'm not married to her now, but she got polio. She was one of the last people to get polio, and she was there for a long time as a child. I think she was like 5 years old or something like that. But anyway, it's unbelievable that they tore the place down, because it had, I don't know, marble floors. It was just a fantastic, they built structure that it was just a fantastic structure. I'll get into this when I get into the that video, I'm sure. Oh, I was going to say I looked for some pictures, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm just going to tell you the story I expect you to get, some snacks available or for yourself, and put your comfortable house shoes on or whatever and just sit back. Because I'm not going to pop up something I just think it would be distracting. But what I wanted to say was also that it was a fantastic structure. Oh, and two, the way the place operated, I'll cover that, the way the place operated, being a Catholic hospital, and it was really a Catholic hospital. There was a Catholic chaplain assigned there in the morning over the public address system. They said the morning prayers. At night they said the evening, prayer. I'm not sure if they did the noonday Angelus or whatever. But what was fantastic about the place was, which I loved, well, I told you when I went to work there, I loved it. That was because the neighborhood was so bad. Everybody appreciated security. The employees, the visitors, the patients, everybody. And when you were there, they would, oh, I'm so glad you're here, whatever. So, one thing that, of course, I already knew that because, well, I don't want to. Anyway. I don't want to. I'm going to save it. So that'll be coming, and I think I might do it Sunday morning, and maybe I'll do one every Sunday morning. I've got some utilities that I pay for that work with YouTube, and they give you all kinds of information, statistics, and on how long people watch, and your videos and all that. One of the things it tells you is the best time with your viewers. What is the best time to make a video? And they tell me that 6 o'clock or 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning is the best time to release a video. So I'm going to plan to release it at around 6 a.m. Sunday. And I'm going to do it this Sunday. And I hope I don't mess it up. If I do, I'm sure you'll let me know. Thank you very much for watching.